Hey, y'all.
Whoa.
Noah, everyone who reads the most converses the channel. With me tonight, I got the Cactus Boot Boys, Philip Friedenberg and Jeff Walton in the house. Hey, guys, how you doing?
Great. How are you?
Hello.
I've been better. We got the guys hanging out in the dark. Hey, man, it's Friday live. Friday reads after dark.
Hello. I've been better.
What was that?
Somebody's got an echo. Somebody's got it, turned up. You gotta, if you're gonna have it loud, you gotta have it in your ear.
Am I doing all right?
I don't hear it anymore. So killer hanging out with you guys always. We have a really killer show tonight. I really wasn't even fully bought in to this tonight until you hit me, because Zelda got COVID about a week ago. And Zelda gets COVID, so daddy gets COVID. You can't isolate an 8-year-old. And I wasn't gonna isolate from her, so it just happened. And I've been feeling it, but today's been a lot better. And any excuse to hang out with my boys, right? Nick Voro in the house. Hey, brother, happy Friday. Nice to see you. Yeah. So
Noah, I just wanted to ask you. Bear in mind, I'm tuning in remotely from a rave bus in Munich, Germany, and this is a green screen of my normal home.
Just a backdrop, yeah.
And I'm a proxy representative of the normal me, but this is just a mimetic representation of me. But do you remember the last time that we did this? I think it was me, and it was you and Jeff and maybe Nick. And then there was another gentleman that came on, and we had a discussion that devolved into the 4 or 5 of us reading Cactus Boots collectively with our shirts off. Did you have any interest in starting there tonight, or did you want to just let the process of de-evolution occur naturally?
Yeah, man, I want to see where it goes. Baby steps, but we refuse not to stand still, right? Like, we're not going to stand still. We already.
I'm currently seated.
Stephen Lowe is in the house. Hey, everyone. Happy Friday. SS, man, now they're coming in. See, that's what I'm talking about. Happy Friday, y'all.
I've invited Al Gore III to come on tonight to bring his replica polyurethane drugs to burn on the top of a book cannon that can be fired at the audience at home. If they, for $19.99, 2 payments, sign up now, they can get access to that feature that's an everyone who reads it, hey, booktube must converse, unique entry item, but they have to log in. They have to log in through the mail-in campaign.
Is he out of jail?
Figure it out.
Y'all
have to figure it out and then get in on this. Okay, that's what it comes down to.
He's
awesome.
Out of jail.
We're sitting here gonna do some giveaways tonight. We were kicking this around for weeks now, right, Jeff? And
we're gonna do a giveaway tonight.
Talking about it before Hold On Project went belly up. Okay, wow. Look at this awesome Volume 3. Jeff Walton did this cover for. I'm gonna put it big if I can. And I got my copy, but have not dug in too much.
Noah,
I was really let down, man, with the news. So.
I just realized how important it is to share to the YouTube viewing audience that it just dawned on me now for the first time that I recognize Jeff exactly as he looks in real life on screen now. And it's astonishing to me because I met Jeff in a book, and he was a fictional character, and he had on this Neuroform device that he was streaming these dopamine feeds in a book. And I saw him today when we were getting haircuts, and he looks identical to what he looked like when I saw him earlier.
Well, I had longer hair.
Like grade A steak, meat, ultra rare. Is that what it is?
Baby. I don't eat meat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to identify it in a police lineup. And I actually have a comedy food that I refer to as everything that I don't know what it is Slovaki.
You can call out Jeff always by the marbling. You can see the marbling right marbled.
There. I wouldn't say I'm quite A5, but I'm definitely like A2, A3.
PG, I ain't finna read that in the house. Hey, buddy. Happy Friday. Emily, thank you for coming to the live for sure. We're going to have some fun tonight. Everybody, nice haircuts. There you go. Thanks for getting a haircut, guys.
Noah,
the community thanks you.
Beard trim. Look, they separated my chest hair from my beard. That's top notch.
Mine is still connected.
Well, looks good. Looks real good.
Somebody got gypped on their trim.
Is that a
was that a request?
Yeah.
No, is that a colloquialism? Gypped?
Yeah, now it is. Yes, it is.
Noah, Jeff and I were talking the other day about maybe trying to rekindle our plan to kidnap you.
Well, I mean, you know, is it kidnapping if somebody is wants it in every step of the way?
Well, see, no, that's the thing. You don't know you're gonna be kidnapped. It's gonna happen someday, and you'll be scared. Trust me.
You guys, I don't doubt that you could scare me. Stephen Lowe says they're way neater than his ever are. Very cool. Novels and Crumbs.
Also,
happy Friday. Thanks for coming by, bro.
Noah, there's also quite a high potential that we could also cuddle you in a profound way that would provide a reduction to the existential dread that wages on the individual during the day, where you might think, would you be available for nights and weekends to cuddle, as it correlates to the reduction of my existential dread? But then that might be a problem as it relates to proximity, because we live states apart.
Well, you know, I say we just keep the that silver thread, bro. That silver cord.
Just real quick, I was thinking that tonight.
Jeff's. What do you got there, Jeff? You got some yogurt?
Since it's Friday.
Just say yes.
This is,
of course.
This is Arno Schmidt's Bottom's Dream, and I just wanted to start. I just wanted you guys to enjoy your show tonight, and I'm just gonna get started.
Look at this beast, man. It's unbelievable.
Fog, errant, Navish, first sounding of the Diana, a prickle of larks.
Maybe the biggest book ever written. Is it? He has another one.
Stripling
another
steered,
giant book like that.
And dizzy headist shakes out the morn. Behold, this gala theater, Wilma, and how Sir Teton doodles with Aurora. Now is the time to be in the nonce.
See, it's got to be good, man.
But she's still dazed before
I hear it takes like a week to get through a page of this thing.
Number 4,
you know,
D
I saw Chris Villa was doing a video earlier. He's got a copy of Bottom's Dream and he's reading it.
Damn,
I don't know if he ever got through it.
I'm very much a woman for whom the outside
but I tell
world exists.
There we go.
But in the night,
hey baby, happy Friday. Emily's in the house.
Broke off into a stock of
David
me.
Farley in the house. Happy Friday, bro. I have a copy of that. It's huge. Is it not huge? It's gigantic.
Question mark.
So you know, Bottom's Dream background ambiance, right?
He muttered meanwhile.
Killer.
I'm gonna use this opportunity to let you know that Phil
his harking britches
that said, "Hey man, nice shot," but I'm the one that said, "Hey man, nice
he
shot."
Towered above
I'd rather read Finnegan's Wake as well, Gore.
He tall and thin and hairy.
For sure.
Hey man, nice shot.
Do you even listen to what I said? Absolutely.
Little Late was playing Uno with my girls. Hey, Conrob, happy Friday, bro. Phillips reading Bottom's Dream by Arno Schmidt. So we'll catch some of that, just background ambiance. Leaf by Leaf said that two of his favorite books of the year last year were by Adam Levin.
I had a sinful vision
and
to
the
do battle
instructions.
with.
And I'm like, man, I gotta read some Adam
Sort of
Levin.
in the style
It's
of
been all over, on the Instagrams, Bookstagrams.
In a butt full of dew. Can you believe that on page 1 of
What's up, PG?
Dream, it says with a butt full of dew?
Alan Moore writing a single chapter in Joyce's style was enough for me. Well, in Jerusalem, it is like that. It's just an unbelievable chapter as well, but it's grueling. And by the time you get to the end, you're just completely spent. Can't believe that you can understand what you're reading. And I think Bottom's Dream is a little bit like that, like Finnegan's Wake style, where when you're in it,
she grabbed mutely.
You can
cloud Prothelia wind wefts, which you want from the Orient shot. She grabbed mutely, and the leather strap parted.
Hey, David, starting right here is just as good as anywhere else, brother. Don't force it. You know what I mean?
Your head
just Nick Voro in the house. Is that the biggest book you own, Phil? I'll go ahead and say it probably is. That is a unbelievably oversized book.
A son of gold foil, which ruddy checks, etc.
The biggest book that I own is probably my copy of the Codex Seraphinianus.
Little duckweed.
And I think that still is dwarfed by Bottom's Dream there. Philip, thank you, brother.
That was exciting. It sounded complex.
Okay, so we touched on, and I don't want to talk too much about the whole project because it just brings me down. So we already touched on it, and we'll just kind of leave it there until we do the giveaway. Let everybody get into. We'll talk about some of the authors in it and all that kind of stuff. But what else are we giving away, Jeff?
Well,
what else are you giving away tonight, Jeff?
I'm going to give away a Golden Cactus Boots. We're going to do
the gold.
We're doing Faja. 2 drawings. We're going to do one for gold
Faja.
And one for Holland.
One gold cactus. There was only like 100 of these. Am I right?
Correct. And this one will come with all of the treats, all of the stickers, and the overlays, and it'll be signed by the author,
by the mighty trifecta.
Roast right now in a delicious book. I can't even see him. He's covered by a book.
Cause I bull calf came bounding over, and in delight at this rare visit lifted up in a maffrous cry. Meantime,
Bottom's Dream is good, but I mean, really, Cactus Boots is just got some great parts. So, Phil,
hey Noah,
why Phil? Hey, Phil.
I didn't know you guys were here.
Hey, buddy.
What do you guys?
Phil, I'm right here, man.
Phil, I was just telling Noah that
where have you got?
I was just letting Noah know that that I was the one that said, "Hey, man, nice shot."
Well, the thing is though, I said, "Hey, man, nice shot."
Whoa,
no.
No.
In the Filter song, when the Liquid Terminator, his brother, was singing, I said, "Hey, man, nice shot."
Well, no. That's no. Like, I personally was the man who said, "Hey, man, nice shot," though. Just for the record.
You know what? Hey, guys, when it comes down to it, the guy who put together these illustrations is one badass creator.
Thank you, brother.
For sure. Do
you want to do it? Should we just go ahead and do it? Should we give it away?
You want to do one? You want to give them a taste? You want to do one do one this early? We're like 15 minutes in. Let's do one 15 minutes in. Which one do you want to do? The hold on or the gold cactus?
I want to do gold. I'm going gold.
Okay, we're gonna do gold.
I got everybody's name. Everybody that liked the post, everybody that tagged a bud, and everybody that did a story. Everybody's got their name. I swear to God, everybody's in here. I did my legwork. I can show you my spreadsheets. This took way too long. Oh, here we go. You ready?
Let's go. Hold on. Let me make you big.
All right.
I'm going to make you big,
hard.
Jeff.
All right, here we
We're
go.
doing the gold.
This is for the gold. Gear up.
Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
No
Corona
way.
Samizdat books. Is it Rick? You're not sending Rick his own book back.
I'm not sending Rick his own book. He was in there just in case. And he's not here. So
I'm sure he commented on the post. I'm sure he commented on the post. I'm sure he said
I'll
good
just
job.
send him euros for another one. All right, here you go, bud. We're gonna do a respin.
Rick, I don't know why you're in there. But now he's gonna be mad because he's not. The fix is in.
All right, here we go.
They're loving it. Paulie's here. Paulie's here. My boy.
Have you heard about Jeff's pen pal with Eric Estrada?
Is that right?
Paulie, you got the book, bud.
What a guy. What a guy. Dude, Paulie is one of my favorite book meme Instagrammers. It's just funny stuff. He's always traveling. He's an Australian guy. He's got a YouTube as well. He just kind of does his own thing. I love it.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Paulie's great, dude. I'm glad you won, brother. He was here earlier. Maybe he's ducked out, but I'm just glad to see. I love our community, man. This is great. Rick's definitely earned it. Rick always wins, right? J-Bone, Jake-On. So, Paulie, my bro, you're getting a gold cactus boots, bro.
Right now, let him know.
Get him on Instagram.
I'm gonna hit him up.
Very cool. I'm excited. I'm happy about that. Hey, Phil. So, I know that Alan Moore is not an author that's passed you by. You've read Jerusalem, one of my favorite books of all time. But I was wondering, have you ever come in contact with Promethea? It's a graphic novel that Alan Moore did with J.H. Williams III. Have you ever come in contact with Promethea? Right here.
1 second.
I think Phil's got ideas. Paulie, he said he just logged back in. You won, bro.
You won.
Yes.
You won.
Paulie. I'm happy, bro.
Yeah.
The Bible. Phil.
My favorite.
Phil, are you reading the Bible?
My favorite.
Is that are you reading your big family Bible? Bring it, baby. That's what we need. Some mood music.
My favorite graphic novel.
That's what we get.
Is Jodorowsky's The Call.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. I love that. Love it. I need to read the Meta Barons. I hear it's awesome. I haven't never read it. But dude, the kind of collaboration that these two did, Alan Moore and J.H. Williams III in this, it just blows my mind. The creativity on every page. I was showing Jeff some of this before we went live, and I'll show you a little bit. Let's see if I can get it big for the community here. Okay, so check this out. Right?
Yeah.
And some of them are just completely mind-blowing. Like this. They're actually walking around a Mobius strip.
Yeah, that's nice.
The characters. Just so killer. And all the colors. If you look at the spine, you see how there's like maybe 5 or 6 different colors that are major.
Yeah.
And they're going on a journey. It's a journey kind of story.
As they're
going through these different realms, the whole style changes and what they're into changes, but every panel is a total work of art.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it's all these double panels. Just amazing stuff. So I wanted to share a little bit and just see, because now that I've been talking about Promethea for a bit, I had a video pop up on my feed, and it was some comic book content creator just saying how Promethea is like his favorite graphic novel ever. And I am really blown away with how good it is. It's just so killer. So I can't wait to see where it goes. And it really is one of my favorites of all time already. Highly recommend Promethea. But it is a lot of occult, a lot of esotericism, a lot of Kabbalah. Kabbalah and tarot play a big part. Same thing with Jodorowsky, right? I remember Jodorowsky doing tarot readings on YouTube. Things like that.
I'm a big fan of the films.
Yeah, for sure. Holy Mountain.
Yeah, they get the box set.
El Topo.
Yeah, that's a wild ride.
I don't need Google. My daughter knows everything.
Nice. I just got this. Tripping.
Nice.
I'm tripping.
I like it.
Oh, hey, Noah, Jeff.
Hey, buddy. How are you? Good
Hey,
to see
Phil.
you.
Hey, Phil. Happy
Hey.
Friday.
Noah, happy Friday. When did you guys get here?
Saturday.
Well, I was over here. So remember, we were like this, and now it's like this. Happy Friday, y'all. Give me some Michael Hedges. You know, Phil, if you want to see a young Noah, I have some YouTube videos. They're not on my channel now. They're on an old channel that I had, and it's just my name. If you search Noah Clemens with no spaces, you'll see me playing some Michael Hedges. I love Hedges, and I love fingerstyle guitar.
You got a guitar?
Hi, Jeff. Hey, Jeff.
Of course I do.
Hey, buddy.
I doubt that our timing will sync.
Right there. Uh-oh. Can't we get a bookshelf for Noah?
You want to play along? Happy Friday. That's what we need, David. David says we need a bookshelf tour from Phil. Hey guys, totally impromptu. You're welcome. Am I right?
Buddy, I went to look for, I'm just going to let you guys know I went to look for my guitar, but it's in the belly of a whale.
Jeff, grab something and use it as a drum, bro.
It's
easy.
Gone.
Just beat on your belly. Just use your belly.
I wanted to take a
belly.
moment to first say to you
It's a
personally,
bass drum, baby.
young man, there's no need to feel down. I said, young man, pick yourself up off the ground. The reason that I'm saying this to you in the form of this letter, which as I compose this letter, which will be in the past for you, my present moment, I'm neither writing or talking, but singing to you in my head, of course. Young man, there's no need to feel down. I said, young man, pick yourself up off the ground. In the melody of the 1978 hit single YMCA by the disco sensation The Village People, off of their studio record Cruisin', produced by Jacques Moriali, which you do a whole heck of a lot of in Cruising, that is, in your 6 seasons of action performance mastery on Chips. For 2 reasons I'm doing this. One, the police officer character from The Village People is 100% based upon your legendary officer Frank Poncherello character. A little known fact that once won me a bar bet with a now dead golf pro that took me on an adventure to Cincinnati, Ohio, to buy a rare Hermes Couvertures a Jeunesse de Jour bandana shawl, 70% cashmere, 30% silk. 'Tis, of course, to be filed under a story for another time. And 2, to let you know that when watched the heart-wrenching scene in a 1979 episode of Chips, when you were severely injured in your stunt in the auto junkyards at the foot of the San Gabriel Mountains in northern Los Angeles, as the Florence Times reported in the afternoon edition of their paper on August 7, 1979, I was so scared for you. Even though I watched the episode for the first time on April 13th, 1996, the day before I wrote this letter, 17 years after you were actually injured, but I immediately sung melodically to myself, young man, there's no need to feel down. I say, young man, pick yourself up off the ground. The best news that not only did you get up off the ground, you also received from MGM Studio as a get well present a Rolls-Royce Corniche. This made my day. And I wanted to take a moment to ask you if maybe one day you could drive to Buffalo, New York in your MGM gifted Rolls-Royce Corniche and take me for a ride to my Aunt Linda's house to watch old VHS tapes of my favorite Bell's Markets commercials. You know, the one that stars Buffalo radio disc jockey Danny Nevereth. Please let me know what you think as soon as possible about this proposal. I will write again in 7 days' time. Your pen pal, Jeff Walton.
That's
And
me.
look at him. He's just in his element.
So, Jeff is the country's leading
Eric
Eric
Estrada fan?
Estrada pen pal. And what we wanted to share was this intimacy that Jeff, as a creative thinker, came up with. And he used to write letters to Eric Estrada, and we wanted to publish one of those.
There's a lot of letters.
Dude, thank you. And I tell you, I mean, you know, thank you for being so open and candid and giving us a real unveiled glimpse into, you know, your inner life, Jeff, as a creative. You know, we all have our vices, and some of them are, you know,
the next
superpowers.
Okay. I'm just glad he's okay.
The next phase of this was going to be a piece called Meta Estrada, in which we sent a letter to Eric Estrada with the Hull on 3 volume, and we took a picture of Jeff reading the letter that he wrote to Eric Estrada, and we're going to send Eric Estrada a copy of the Hold On project so that he can read the pen pal that Jeff wrote to him in 1994, now published in this wonderful edition. And that's called Meta Estrada.
Immortalized. Love it. Good
Speaking
job.
of
Good job, y'all.
Should
Good
we do
job,
it?
y'all. I'm being courageous. We should. We should. Now we're at the 30-minute mark. We'll do it. Maybe give it another like 30 seconds. Maybe we give it another 30 seconds. Then I'll just put a timestamp down for it, you know?
All right. You let me know when you're ready. I've got everybody except dude that just won.
And let's just go ahead and call out some of the creators that's in volume 3 of the Hold On project so people know. We have Jeff Walton contributing the cover. Philip Friedenberg, that letter that we just read. Lee D. Thompson, one of a Canadian author, very, very cool from what I've read by him so far. I can't wait to see what the story that he has in here. It's kind of one of the longer efforts. Robert Stickley, author of A Bended Circuity, is in this volume 3 of the Hold On Project. Ben Shore, our buddy Book Shore, here on YouTube. And we have George Solis. We have Ali Eli. And yeah, it's a nice spread and group here. So let's do it. Boom. Nice volume, slim volume, but as Hold On projects do, they're just produced very, very well. We'll come with unless Jeff just can't part with it, I guess, come with your bookmarks, Hold On project bookmarks. Hey, this is exclusive stuff. This stuff is not available anymore now. Like just not available anymore. So
I got the treats.
All right, let's do it, bro.
I got the treats. Everybody's getting full treats with these things. Although
that's right, baby.
Although I'm not gonna intricately wrap it like my copies were. Nobody's getting this unless they go
right.
for it.
Man, I mean, Daniel just did it all right. Just perfectly right. I don't know why he,
Look at.
There we go.
Volume
3, baby.
Anyways.
You're getting signed, sealed, and delivered.
We're giving it away. Who's ready?
All right, Jeff, I'm going to make you big.
All right, here we go.
Wait, hold on. That's Phil reading. All right, Hold On Project Volume 3. Who's it going to be? Hold On Project Volume 3. Who's it going to be? Meg Eubank. Very cool. Meg Eubank from Instagram. You're the winner. Nice to see you here. Thank you very much for jumping in on that.
Done.
Yes. I love sharing with the community. That's what I'm talking about. Killer. Awesome. All right, let them know, Jeff.
I'm doing it.
Let them know, baby. Killer. So I've been getting even more and more into the whole graphic medium along with literature, with getting more into graphic novels. I've always been one that read them, but I like big stories. I like big ideas. So that medium.
A quick note here, which in Rodman, page 85, is quite choked up with mud. The White Earth River appears with strong salt on its banks.
Whoa, easy.
Dude, Phil might break a knee if that book falls down too hard on his leg.
Your rivers cause erosion, which I'll take a break from Bottom's Dream for a minute to equate your rivers might evade with erosion, to note that when Jeff and I were younger,
rivers of emotion causing erosion.
Jeff and I worked together, and at that time, the owners of the company, Jeff and I would go out back to a small creek or creek, and we would sit at the edge, and we would use our feet to make small little observable moats in the ledge of the dirt that would lead down to this creek that I used to rowboat in on breaks with a man that I played in a band with. And on our lunch breaks, we would take the owners of the company's kayaks and we'd kayak up into the river on the clock. And then
nice.
Jeff and I would sit. Jeff used to wrap vinyl around a deer leg, and then we would shovel dirt with our foot off the edge. And the owners told us that we needed
a deer leg still attached to the deer or not.
Yeah, that was a separate event. But
that's a whole skill in itself.
They told us one day, they said, we just want you guys to know that we're really losing a significant amount of soil up here. And if the two of you could just ease up on the way that you've integrated with the soil displacement at the top of the ledge, we would appreciate it. And their last names, like villains that looted safes, was crooks. So there was a high level of irony and the correlation between their last name and their general behavior as it related to general legal processing. So crooks didn't work within the range of our normal justice system. But Jeff and I still, as subversives, were able to displace soil.
Hey, we're losing a lot of soil back here. If you guys
Just if you guys want to know.
Hey, sandbags or something, right?
All we wanted to do was take a 45-minute coffee break before our lunches.
I mean, dude, is it too much to ask? No, hell no, it ain't. Hell no, it ain't. You know what I mean?
Jeff
We're
and
9 to 5ers, baby. We're
Jeff
workers.
And I also, I don't know if it's if it creates a possible legal liability for Jeff and I as entities, but the two of us have been surveilling the back room of the Dick's Sporting Goods store for the past 2 weeks, trying to surveil the kayak inventory to see if there was any possible chance that he and I might be able to take some kayaks out to the back of Jeff's Kia, which has been pilfered by people also named crooks, but only in the underworld, not legally. Slang. Like the previous owners were called crooks, like genetically as it relates to their heritage. So we've been trying our best.
What does that mean, by the way?
It means that in the criminal underworld, there are
no, but I mean, what is a crook as far as a heritage or a background?
Well, it means that on a sociocultural level, people that pilfer the goods of others as a hobby or sort of economic means aren't genetically related to a clan of crooks. They are instead themselves behaving as crooks. And Jeff and I have been trying to oscillate between the way that we relate to those that are actual like clan crooks through the years of family name, and those that relate to crooks as a representation of their behavior as it relates to the acquisition of others' belongings without any exchange of capital or goods.
I gotta say, that's pretty gangster, Phil.
And it relates back to soil displacement. So really, we've become investigatory soil displacement managers. And
dude, and just something else you can put on the resume, Jeff.
It has to do with climate change.
I also own a Kia. That wasn't a joke.
Well, no man is an island. Okay, we're not in our own little bubbles over here. This is a
David Farley asked, David, Noah, I've been trying to learn from you in how to read the comments and engage with the audience.
Yeah, start talking to them.
David Farley asked for a bookshelf tour. What would you like to see?
Everything. We want to see a bookshelf tour is when you show every book. It's going to be a huge process. I want you to go shelf by shelf, maybe one video per shelf. Okay. Hey, Phil, you can do it. You can do this.
I'm going to read Orality and Literacy by Walter Ong.
Orality. Jeff, you're down for that, right?
We also have The Humanant. That's by Tom Phillips. Also,
bring it on.
I'm
that's some good new books. I found something really cool this week. I was always looking for it because it's just something that doesn't come across very, very often. I got the second volume. You guys will see my Instagram crew gets a little Easter eggs. So I got the second volume in Mervyn Peake's Titus Groan, the Gormenghast trilogy here. So now I can finally read that. But these covers, man, are gorgeous. Show some more.
Reading The Deluge by Stephen Markley is going to be exciting. And then I also have Peter Lamborn Wilson's False Documents.
Nice.
And there are
This is a booktube. Hey, this is a booktube. We tube books.
There are some authors in volume 3 that are extremely exciting.
Yeah, Philip Friedenberg is one of them. But we already experienced that one. That was a freebie.
Philip Friedenberg is
what we
just
call
a
in the
character
industry a
in the
freebie. So I haven't read any Adam Levin, and Leaf by Leaf came up today with a video and said, Chris Villa said that 2 Adam Levin books was his favorite reads of last year, The Instructions and Bubblegum.
In honor of the man that asked for a book shelf tour, I'm going to do this.
What chair is going to break?
Are you going to give us a sweep? Or is Phil going to give away a book now? Are we going to do an impromptu Phil gives away a book as well? Hey, you never know where it might go with this crew, right?
Okay.
What you got?
A quick note.
Do we got a extension cord?
You want me to give away a 25-foot extension cord?
25-footer, baby. Up for grabs.
This is the reading copy of Adam Levin's The Instructions that I read in 2010. And this book was in the room when my daughter was born, and it's a big book.
Nice. It's a beast.
And I remember the doctor coming in, and I said, I'm reading the instructions, and I just want you to know that I feel very fortunate because as a new father, most children don't come with instructions.
Right.
And the doctor said,
don't worry, Doc.
I
have the
love
instructions
that you have
right
that.
here.
Do you think I can have that for other fathers? But
Yes.
this is my other copy of the instructions, which is unread, but is
What a beast.
signed by Adam Levin.
Nice.
And I've been fortunate to have a correspondence with Adam that has been deeply...
Zerogram, right?
No, this is McSweeney's.
Oh, McSweeney's, right.
Adam's McSweeney's.
Okay.
And one of the things that I found that's very valuable is to share conversations with literature as an ongoing historical dialogue that is a generational conversation of big ideas, and authors use the art form to communicate on the existential position of the species at that place and time. And I've told Adam that his book earlier in my life was one of the critical texts that I found and read in 2010 that gave me a push to know that the big idea that I was trying to get to in writing America and the Cult of the Cactus Boots was a critical book because it expanded upon what the pre-existing idea of the ceiling of the novel as an art form was. And we can create a broad historical survey of the history of the novel and point out all these pieces along the way that have expanded that sense of boundaries. And the instructions
That's beautiful, man.
The instructions was one of those books that said to me, your notion of what that limit is actually grander than you can imagine, and you can achieve great things.
Nice.
And that's one of the things that I've found as we've written and we've worked on. Now we're knee deep in working on the second book, The Museum of General Ideas. Jeff and I were talking earlier how it feels now that we've understood how to create a book. We've learned how to write. We've learned how to typeset. We've learned how to illustrate. edit, all of those things. It feels that now we've touched against the boundary of what we understand the ceiling of the novel to be. We're now pushing it even further.
PG, look, we brought PG on board. He's gonna jump face first into the unified field, brother.
Nice job. Hey, Jeff.
I think Jeff did it. That's right, baby. Killer. So I mean, The Instructions is definitely one of those novels. I think it might make its way onto my big book reading for 2023. I don't have any big books lined up. I think I'm gonna have to do it.
Jeff, we called this the centerfold of the book quite often, but Cactus Boots was one of those books that has a centerfold of illustrations of irons.
That's right.
And what we wanted to try to do is popularize a new view of what sports entertainment can be.
With some good looking irons.
Some good looking irons. Very capable, if you know what I mean.
Real sharp looking irons.
That's right. Strike while the iron's hot. You got to strike while the iron's hot.
I drew those from live models.
I bet.
Yeah, like all that life
cords out.
I knew a local police chief that I had to communicate with to persuade them with the police chief was interested in historical artifacts from the Great Depression, and this police chief had found out that Jeff had illegally archived these irons in his basement that he was using as models for the book, and he had caught on to Jeff's capture
underground ironing ring
of the ironing models, and I made an arrangement to protect the literary endeavor, which we call the creative enterprise.
That's right.
Say that if you'll let Jeff continue to interact with the iron models, I'll provide you with a small Tupperware full of Great Depression era artifacts in a Tupperware. And I met him.
You gotta play on people's desires, like what they want. You know what I mean? And you got it like that. And see, Jeff, you're so happy I'm happy that you got a guy like this in your corner.
I met up with him in the bathroom of a Home Goods to give him the artifacts so that Jeff could go on continuing to draw.
Or else it would have stopped right there. It could have stopped right there. You never know what all ups and downs and runarounds went through with the creating America and the cult of the Cactus Boots.
I mean, thank God for Tupperware. Thank God for Tupperware.
And hallucinogenics.
Well, of course.
Hey man, dude, this was awesome hanging out. My boy Paulie got a gold Cactus Boots. You got the name who? Volume 3. Boom. Jeff is sending them out.
Yeah, make sure that if you won, send me that address. I hit you guys up on the Instagram.
That's right.
That address so I can get you your winnings.
Killer.
Do we want to raffle off? Do we want to raffle?
It was
off?
a great way to start off 2023. The apocalypse is on.
Do we want?
Does anybody need an extension cord? I thought for a second I could goad Phil into dropping a Bottom's Dream on somebody's doorstep.
Your uninterrupted ignorance, but P and FR are present here too. She gave her bespousers still kneeling awkwardly to one side a ice over of astonishing displeasure.
If you want to see Cactus Boots, man, it's right here on the wall behind me. Am I right? Am I right? I really appreciate that, Phil. My first taste of Bottom's Dream is what that is.
What is Bottom's Dream? What is that?
What is it?
To the city of Paris, may your wisdom.
Why are you trying
from seduction.
Why you keep trying to read that word?
What? Listen, why should I care about Bottom's dream?
Yeah, the dream of somebody's. I mean, hey, that's like
What I
it's
will say
Shakespeare. It's freaking Shakespeare, man.
as a
All right.
as
Poe
a
and Poe.
is a positive assertion of support for the talent, the creative energy of the book community. I'm not certain that this is done yet.
Man, I would love to think that there is some,
And
fuel still to be
I
in this project.
I
Fuel
would
still
say
to be burned.
that in honor of Daniel's efforts, there's a call to arms to find a constructive way to continue to provide literary, creative, and artistic opportunities for people that have a story to tell and they have a voice that needs to be heard. And there's a place for that
Right.
needs to thrive. And everyone that's been published in this, and all the people out there that are striving to share their voice, there will always be a place for that voice to be heard. And
Right.
I think there's still a lot that's just beginning. And there's a certain sense of what is the nature of our will to cultivate these things, and
Right.
do we believe in it from the perspective of it's nice in theory? And I'll just give a quick example. I remember years and years and years ago, I ran a small independent movie theater, and we would play these sort of esoteric art films, and I would have people that would come in and they would look at the marquee and say, well, why are you playing Twilight? And I would say to them, because you didn't come and buy tickets
Right.
for the last 5 Scandinavian documentaries
Right.
that we
Right.
played. And the idea of art from the armchair that lacks the support of people
Right.
trying to get behind voting with their dollar, I think is important. And
It is important. I mean, I'll go ahead. I wasn't gonna, say too much, and I said
well,
that,
it's important.
comes
It's
down to it.
important to
This
say
kind of thing
something.
it pissed me off,
Yeah.
and I turned that into creativity. I tried to turn that into, doing some content for the Hold On project and just to share it on my channel and stuff like that. That's how I did it. But the amount of people that I've talked to about Hold On project and really, are excited about it and come to me and say, "Hey, maybe I'll jump on that. I like that idea," and they're paying lip service to it. But then to have it kind of go down where Daniel was saying, lack of support, it blew my mind at first, and it made me upset, because I'm like there's the only way that there's a lack of support for this project is if people are, just empty lip service to this kind of project. And this kind of project doesn't survive without you supporting them then, right now, when they release something, because it is a small project like that requires the funds to keep going. And Hold On project was paying contributors and doing it really right with beautiful volumes that everybody was excited about when they see it. But are you really supporting? And it really kind of hit me like
I just believe that artistically we need to fight for a diversification of voices. We need to fight for a diversification of visions as it relates to new possible worlds, so that we can expand the pool of possible ways to reimagine the structure of the world that we live in. And if we're dissatisfied about the architecture of the modern world in any way, shape, or form, there's the potential to passively allow that to continue to evolve in a sort of dominant hegemonic path, and we're passive, or
Right.
we argue that we'll contribute rather than just argue about the criticisms that we have about the faulty architecture of that structure. Or we start to say, and this is one of the important things that we tried to do in this book as it relates to the dystopian variables in it, is not just outline the things we're dissatisfied with, but start to explore possible solutions that require the involvement of an
Right.
intelligent community to contribute to the way that we move forward making change.
Right. I mean, what you're talking about, I mean, it totally, it requires new ideas. It requires creative thinking. And there's more than enough people out there that really want it. They want this kind of thing, but you have to, it takes your effort in some way every step of the way. People who, if you have a desire, if you have a resonance with this kind of thing, it requires you to do something.
Sure.
At least, and that's where people,
and
I guess
some of the best feedback that we've had relative to Cactus Boots to measure whether or not it's a success to us has been, it becomes a success when someone goes through the experience and sets the text down and then feels empowered to move forward to create their own view of what the vision of the world is that you see. And the responsibility on the author or the artist or the creator to become engaged is when you know that you hold a view of the world that someone hasn't already contributed. And that is the responsibility of the artist, is to create the world which you feel is lacking from the broader sphere of possible ideas. And each new idea diversifies the scope of statistically accessible concepts that we can choose from in our broad portfolio of creative ideas.
It spans the bookends, or the kind of paradigm that people are operating in. Just show them that something else can be. And you do that effectively with Cactus Boots. I think I love that kind of just framing it in that way and looking at that as what it's trying to do. And isn't that, like you're saying, greater art in general? It's awesome. We're here. It's a human experience, and we're all either contributors or experiencers, and who knows where it's going. It only goes where where the creatives are going to take it,
And I like to step away from these discussions hoping that we're contributing to an expansion of a consciousness to which we all have access to in a way that you're a participant. And we need your contribution. It's like every day there's people trying to sell things to you that thrive on your passivity. But the creative experience is trying to advertise to you that you have an inherent energy that can effectively change people's lives.
And most of the time that energy, I see it just kind of wasting out,
but
just
it's not
being just dissipated.
It's also not a naive proclamation as if we just say these things. But the other thing is that you have to take a risk to challenge the roots of the fundamental comforts that allow you to ease into inactivity. And that in of itself is an act of aggression against the artist's creative potential. And if we accept that, we're being disengaged from the potential to enact real change.
Hell yeah. On that. Hey, look, Is there a website to buy cactus boots? Hell yeah, it's coronasamas.com. coronasamas.com.
Get a Rick brick.
I got a Rick brick on the way. You want to guess? You guys want to guess what's in it? I got a Rick brick on the way. I got Vanessa Radic, the second book published by Coronasamas of hers. I got The Seven Madmen and the Flamethrowers, Roberto Alt. I could not wait for this one to be dropped. I didn't know Rick was really dropping it this soon, but apparently he's put together a lot of stuff for it. And I got, what else did I get? Oh, I got Zachary Tanner's new book too, newer book published by Coronasamas.
And we're anxiously awaiting Margie and the Atomic Brain.
That's right. What a
and really a tribute and honor to Rick and Zach in particular, and many of the authors on Coronasamas. Is that in a very short period of time, a community has evolved which has allowed authors to have a voice, to contribute new alternative views of the world. And really, in a sense, that's what we hope our best fiction does, is it gives us an insight into our experience of what it means to be human in a complex, evolving, radically changing sociocultural environment, so that we know that you're not alone. And really, there's this power about I'm on the other side of the page that you're on, and you're on the other side of the page that the next person is on. And if we can just transcend through that sort of paper labyrinth, we're really becoming connected. And books should be mechanisms of creative energy that connect people. And that's not, I've seen it happen. I'm just a normal person like Jeff is, and we made a book that has
Insta friends, man. People that's read the same book, you're instantly friends, you know.
That has connected people in an experience that says what you suffer through on an existential level in a radically changing technological world that's governed by nefarious forces that don't have your best interest in heart. Know that there are radical human beings out there just on the other side of the page, through the same words that you love and care about, that let you know that you're not alone. And that's what I've found as a result of this book, is this, the outcome is this holistic connection of a grander, transcendent human vibratory energy that lets us know that we're the same. And that's been really powerful and really beautiful. And it's bigger.
It is beautiful.
It's bigger than all of us.
Right. That's why it's called the unified field, baby.
Right. And there's something romantic about the decimation of the omnipotent power of the ego to possess and absorb your perspective of the world. And if we overcome that almost on a Jungian level, we transcend and evolve.
It's awesome hanging out with you guys. Yeah, baby. You know, and seeing the energy and how, and being involved with Coronasamas so much, really, that's what I think also. I didn't see it coming with the Hold On Project, this kind of thing, and them not being supported like that, because it's, you know, it is the same community, you know, the book community, but you know, it just.
What I've also learned, though, about the passion of Rick Harsh is that every opportunity to grow the press and allow another new author the opportunity to be published is the move that he makes. And there's certain risks financially, individually, that come with that. And it takes time. It takes time to commit to the cultivation of those ideas.
Right. Yeah. Well, at the heart of it, Rick is a writer. Rick is a creative of his own that, is extremely powerful. And when he, fell into what he's doing here with Corona Samizdat, the publishing world wasn't ready for Rick, is what it comes down to, right?
Yeah.
What a force.
I'll also say that I do still have the Manifold Destiny of Eddie Vegas blood book. And Jeff and I have just been waiting for the opportunity to bleed, to sign that,
right,
and then send it on, of course, to Zach. Zach's the next person.
Nice. It's on, baby.
I'm ready to bleed right now.
I mean, maybe after the show. It's a family show here, guys. Is it? This is the after dark version, the dark version of the live, but it is after an hour, guys. I'm going to call it because that's just what we do. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cactus Boots crew in the house, man. Philip Friedenberg, Jeff Walton. I will let you guys know something that you might not know. You might know. You might not know. Somebody, it might be, you might have heard it in the wind. Might have, a little bird or something, right? Our boy C.S. Miller is opening a storefront.
Yeah, Jason is a very good friend of ours who
Yeah.
drove to Buffalo to come to Jeff's art opening. And I can't, we all have the opportunity to meet each other and reach out and connect, and we talk about it or we do it. And to Jason's credit, he did it. He got in his car and drove 4 hours to support Jeff, and then drove home, and he's been a remarkable force of support. So
he's a great guy. Jason's my boy. So I told him when he opens it up, we're looking at February and March, something like that. We're just game planning, but when he opens it up, I'm gonna ride up there, or I'll fly up there for the grand opening. If I get up there for that, I'm gonna come and see you guys. I'm not gonna be in the same state. I'm not gonna be near, that close and not see.
On February 3rd, I turned 72. So in honor of my 72nd birthday,
I'll break your hip.
We're hoping that the store opens around that time because we'll be there.
Hell yeah. Yeah, man. I saw what he's doing on his lives there. He's showing the progress and all that, and he invited me out, and there's no reason to say no.
Hey, Noah.
It's just like, okay, let's make it happen. So there's a tentative. That'd be a blast, man.
Noah, what's your favorite film of the year so far?
My favorite film of the year.
Yeah,
I haven't seen. I haven't.
22.
I haven't seen anything yet this year, at all.
No films, not one film.
No.
Have you?
I'll probably watch The Whale first.
Darren Aronofsky, you're a fan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Aronofsky's stuff. I mean, I wasn't.
Question: have you read the Hubert Selby Jr. novels? I have
not.
Hubert Selby
He
Jr.
wrote Requiem for a Dream.
He wrote Requiem for a Dream. He also wrote a book called Last Exit to Brooklyn. And Hubert Selby Jr. also wrote a book called Waiting Period, about a man that was going to take his own life. But then he decided, in the time that he was waiting for his pistol permit, he instead would try to rid the world of its most horrific people. Hubert Selby Jr. novels, I think, are underrated.
Politicians?
I'll let you read the book.
Okay.
Have you seen a film called Liquid Sky?
I don't think so.
Okay. Would you watch if you came over? Would you watch it?
Hell yeah. I love movies. I mean, I do, but I've fallen out. I don't, here at the house here, it's just kid land over here, right?
Yeah.
On the TV.
Right.
I'm gonna go see Avatar on the IMAX 3D tomorrow.
Right.
Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, it's gonna be a mind blow.
No,
Visually stunning.
What's Zelda been watching?
Zelda.
What's she been
A
watching?
little bit of everything. Her favorite stuff is like music and
Violet has been playing a lot of Zelda.
Yeah. Nice.
Buddy,
Very
people
cool.
that won tonight need to make sure they send me their addresses.
Yeah. Well, I'll put it in the description box. No worries. And
give it to me.
We're looking forward to a new Zelda coming out this year. There's another Zelda game, the sequel to Breath of the Wild's coming out this year.
You hear that, Violet? Violet's very excited.
Me too. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild is wonderful. I've beat it a couple of times.
Would you be interested in dressing up like Link together and maybe going grocery shopping?
Me?
Yeah, me.
Hell yeah, Link's a badass, the Time Lord. Let's go.
Nick Voro said Pale Blue Eye was great and Avatar 2 was worth a watch. I really tried to get Nick to watch EO, which is a terrific European donkey art film. But I don't know if Nick was...
Not to be confused with Eeyore, right?
Yeah, or not to be confused with Robert Bresson's classic, French film from the 60s about donkeys. I think that our romanticism with the human perspective of the world as a dominant position is a tiring one. And EO is a film that detaches that omnipotence of the human view of the world to create empathy for animals in a very profound way.
Nice. Very cool. Well, all
Noah,
right.
how's your new job? Noah, how's your new job?
It's going great.
Is it good?
It's going great. I've turned out to be, capable at whatever I try to do. I still have a lot to learn right now. But I'm rocking it, man. It's going really, really well. It's a great start to the new year. An end of 22 was strong because of it. And man, I'm looking good. Looking forward is really looking good, real bright. So 2023, man, it's gonna happen. We'll get in each other's vicinity. Shirts optional.
I would be interested in building a BMX bike ramp with you in front of
tracksuits necessary.
Noah, if Jeff and I built an elaborate BMX plywood bike ramp in front of our house, would you be willing to try to jump a garbage can with us?
Hell yeah. I'm crazy good on a bike, bro.
Have you ever seen Rad?
I don't know Rad.
Rad is a 1986 BMX bike classic, and there's a really romantic love scene on BMX bikes where Send Me an Angel plays. And there's a dance scene where there's a boy and a girl, and they dance like high schoolers, but on their BMXs, and Send Me an Angel plays. And it's probably some of the highest cinema of the 80s other than Howard the Duck.
Send me an angel.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You remember how obscenely naughty Howard the Duck was?
Oh yeah. Man. That movie scarred me as a kid. I was so scared of the end of that movie as a kid.
Some of our artistic decisions as adults might, from a psychoanalytic perspective, tie in to duck perversion.
Right. Who knows?
It's
or donkey.
Through the anthropomorphism of duck fetishism as popular entertainment.
I saw somebody smoking reefer.
I mean, Think about
out
that.
of a book of infinite
Like
jest. Have you seen that?
if you
Does that fit?
struggle with anthropomorphism, your ability to bridge the gulf between you and duck perversion is probably grand. So in some regard, if you would watch Howard the Duck, your likelihood to adopt the duck perspective on the struggle
I
of
see.
being, like as Sartre would say, you know, that existential struggle of being, like in Garbage Pail Kids, the movie. Why would they take the Garbage Pail Kids and you have
Quack.
this sort of intergalactic
Quack.
connection to Garbage Pail Kids? You can use any plot point you'd like with them. Why would that young kid go into the magic shop and decide that he's going to use the Garbage Pail Kids as slave laborers to make garments for the girl that wants to develop clothing, whose heart he wants to win, but the girl really just loves football players and
It's
wants
really
to...
a modern day Emma, you know,
Have
Jane
you
Austen or
watched
something, right?
Garbage Pail Kids, the movie, recently?
No.
Would you like, you want to live stream us watching Garbage Pail Kids, the movie now?
We just fire it up.
You weren't intending to end this show tonight, were you?
I was, but I tell you
Because-
what, we can just let it roll.
Do you
We can
want to
let
just
it play?
do you think you can you send a link to YouTube to the Garbage Pail Kids, the movie stream, so we can
Yes.
get to the bottom of in what way
The
are
Garbage
the Garbage Pail
Pails?
Kids actually intergalactic characters, and B, to what degree do we allow them to be exploited as fashion garment slave laborers?
Let's do it. You know what? We're on the cutting edge, guys.
Of
Some SpongeBob.
He lives under the sea.
Yeah. That's right. Bikini Bottom, if you will.
Noah, as Jeff and I get older, we've just learned how to ostracize your core audience. And I hope you're not
You know what?
disappointed.
You know what? If they get ostracized, they're not my core audience, Phil.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Uh-huh.
All right.
You're damn right. You know, we dictate the core
also,
audience by their willingness
I'm gonna-
to allow
I'm
us
gonna
to
do-
be
I'm going to
ourselves.
do this just for this one time only. This
Okay.
is a limited reveal.
No pants. Phil, you got to tell me to make it big, bro. I got
Atom bomb.
a mushroom. We really need some light on that, Phil.
That's atom bomb.
Atom Bomb. It's Atom Bomb, the Garbage Pail Kid. He's got Atom Bomb on his leg. It's awesome. Yeah, buddy. Man, I used to collect them when I was a kid, man, the cards. Too good. Too good. There he is.
Real quick, I
There
just
it is.
thought to myself as I was looking out at my couch, there's a funny scene in America and the Cult of the Cactus Boots where a character from Rick Harsh's book, The Manifold Destiny of Eddie Vegas, comes to my house and knocks on the door, and I go downstairs and I carry the Rick Harsh character
Picasso
from Manifold Destiny over the threshold up into my home, and he asks me, "Hey, Rick cut me out of the book. Is there any way that you can get
Drake.
back in?" And then I let him into the word tunnels through the interconnected network of those and Cactus Boots, so he can enter Cactus Boots to then find his way through the text
Get back to
structure
Manifold Destiny.
to re-enter Manifold Destiny
Yeah.
of Eddie Vegas. And there's sometimes
Nice.
in the morning when I wake up to go down to get coffee, and I think that maybe he'll be there.
Hey, don't discount it. Don't discount it, baby. It's one of the most awesome things. I'll tell you. I mean, you know, I could keep bringing it around. I love how forward thinking some of the creatives that we get into, authors and
Emily
artists
Clemens
of all
says,
kinds.
I've seen
Emily Clemens,
Howard the
that's my
Duck.
wife.
Yeah, Emily says, I've seen Howard the Duck more times than I can count. My dad loved it. And I just want you to know that this might be the first time in the history of Hey BookTube that your wife has connected with some content on a real core level. And if you'd like to consider turning this station into a completely Howard the Duck driven platform, the revolution is now. And
You know,
as
we got to
Gil
start
Scott,
somewhere, guys.
as Gil Scott Heron said, the revolution will not be televised.
Will not. That's right. It will be tubed, though. It will be booktubed. If it's our revolution, that is.
Do you remember? Do you remember when Jeff and I wrote a theme song for your show?
I do. Of course. It's a very nostalgic point for me. Would
Jeff,
you give us a rendition on our way out?
Do you remember how it goes?
Please.
Yeah,
hey, BookTube, it's Noah. Hey, BookTube, it's Noah. Hey, BookTube, it's Noah.
I forget the rest.
I love you guys. Everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting always. Support awesome creatives anywhere in your life, people that you know or part of social media networks, creatives that you can come in contact with. Support them. This is what we do. And they don't get the kind of feedback and the kind of recognition that they deserve a lot of times. So I'm glad that I can support ones that are being able to be seen, make them more visible, whatever it is, but just feed it, guys. Thank you very much, Phil. Thank you very much, Jeff. Catch y'all later.
Good night.
Bye-bye.